Welcome to Mountaineer Field, where Blue Ridge 11 kicks off our spring sports schedule. A pretty young team. There's a lot of freshmen in the starting lineup, including her goalkeeper, which is stepping in here for her varsity first varsity start, Lainey Montgomery, in relief for the normal starting keeper for Ephrata. And Lady Mounts on the move here to start things off. That ball was knocked across the sideline, and they're going to give it to Warwick here.
Teammate.
And Grace Rothenberger with it, charging hard here. Going to get a shot off. She does, deflected nicely by the keeper for Ephrata in Montgomery. The youngster.
She's young, but she looks really athletic back there. That was a really nice stop. Low shots are typically pretty hard. You got to snap that stick down to the ground. Make sure you're not giving up any spaces between the legs, kind of between the post. She was hugging the post the whole time.
Montgomery is a freshman for the Lady Mounts. She'll get tested here again. Scoops that one out. That's two pretty good saves and deflections. Gotta be happy for that.
You know, that attacker is already halfway through the shot before the ball's really in their cradle, but it's early in the season. This is the stuff you've got to work out, and most importantly, Warwick's been able to maintain possession.
That's true. They have had possession for a while here. This is Krall back in the game. Nice spin move. Zips one home. How about Grace Krall getting the scoring going here for Warwick? It was taken off from the card from the illegal hit. Back in here and gives Warwick the 1-0 lead.
I mean, multiple things, you know, you're chalking up there if you're first-year coach Carson Armstrong for the Warriors. Krall does a really nice job of kind of baiting that defender out wide, gets in behind her. You can see there, rolls back inside off her hip, gets the shot off really quick. Not in an easy place to stop that ball. If you're a goalkeeper, well done for Warwick.
All right, 5 minutes to go. Warwick in the lead. Ephrata trying to answer here, though. Trying to work out from behind. Nice cutter and a nice connection. Ephrata puts home the tying shot as Ryleigh Warner puts one home. She was a big goal scorer in the first game for Ephrata and gets on the sheet here to tie things up.
If you're a coach, you really can't draw it up any better than that. The feed inside coming from Kira Ween. Well placed. Warner does a nice job of getting the shot off quickly. She doesn't hold it too long, but she puts it up high.
For a cutter, it looks like Ephrata is going to send a few of those. Ween will travel out in front of net now. And a bit of a shove there. The referee on the backside caught it.
That was pretty rough. I am a little bit surprised that's not a card.
Well, let's see here.
Well, from that angle, it looked much worse from this angle. So I'm glad to see that was kind of just that incidental contact.
And he did send the player out behind. So this will be Warner with the restart.
First 8 meter of the game.
Boy, she has a nice shot. Took one step, went near post, and sneaks it by the keeper. So 2 goals in the game for Ryleigh Warner, and she puts Ephrata in the lead, and she looks like she's going to be a player this year.
You really don't want to give up those 8 meter shots. There's just, it's attacker v keeper, right? You can get your stick in there if you can, but it's pretty much a clear path right to the cage.
A 2-1 lead for Ephrata. We'll take a little bit of a break. Be back here, Mountaineer Field.
Impressive that Warwick even kept possession of that, because that ball was sailing through.
Looked like Kalawa cut down the middle there, number 1, and was shut down nicely by the Ephrata defense. Oh, a lot of contact above that head in the sphere area.
There was a check into, there was a dangerous check to the head, I think. That was a clean check right
here,
there.
I think it'll come right
This is it.
Here. Oh,
yeah.
Geez,
we got a little contact, we got a little
restart, whistle
and
blows.
Some shooting space.
Referee from behind saw it. What was that? The Ephrata defense pinched too fast?
I am thinking shooting space. Again, once that player has that lane to cage, you cannot put your body into it. You can put your stick and kind of meld your body in behind it.
Yeah.
But if they collapse too quickly and didn't lead with the stick and kind of work their way in, it's possible they called the shooting space foul.
Which is tough because it's like a freight train in on goal. A lot of false starts there. Shot saved, another one for the fresh. That's got to be at least 3 for her, for Montgomery. Rothenberger scoops that loose ball up. Just a goal from Grace Krall to open up the scoring for Warwick.
You could see Rothenberger there for a minute. She had that lane to cage. She was open. Cuts through again.
Krall surveying. Nowhere to go, turns on the Jets. Wraps around and finds a seam. Well, there was way too much of white jerseys in the way, but she scores and ties this thing up.
I was not sure if the referee was going to call that because you can't shoot through a player.
Oh, are they going to wipe it?
I think it is a goal.
Okay.
Nice job by Krall. I mean, both defenders there. She finds a very small seam between Montgomery and the pipe in that shooting lane.
Well, Brass will restart here for Ephrata, looking to retake the lead. Goes low, blocked. Nice save.
Was that the first shot on goal for Ephrata?
Well, they've scored twice.
But shot on cage, I guess.
Save. That's the first save for Merrick, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Keeps it a 2-2 ball game.
Warwick, I'll tell you what, they are really, really fast in transition, and Ephrata's having a hard time keeping up.
Nice pass inside. Krall finds her teammate, Cameron McCloskey, and she puts Warwick in front. You can kind of see it developing from our vantage point here. To look at it, just a run right down the middle, collects the pass, goes low. Nice job by the Warwick Warriors.
And Warwick not pushing the pace though, just want to get settled in on offense, work a good possession.
Behind, skips through, Krall has it. Cutter shut down by the Ephrata defense. Well, they're letting some wide open lanes inside, shot and score. That's Patrella, the senior, and it's a 2-goal lead now for the Warriors.
Ephrata's defense is just trying to track down the open player, but again, you can't be within that 8-meter arc without being a stick length of a player. And ultimately, Warwick's doing a nice job of waiting until they see that moment to break. And Krall doing a really nice job feeding from behind, as is Doherty.
Looks like
Those
a timeout.
balls have been really precise, and it's got to be that split second you feed, because if you hesitate, 9 times out of 10, that defender is going to track that open player down, or somebody else is going to get a stick in the passing lane and deflect the ball.
So the way Ephrata is playing defense, they're not playing man-to-man here? Because they're chasing when the girls come in the middle, but they're not really. Another nice save there for Ephrata, but they're not really playing a man-to-man type style here. They're kind of putting 2 walls up, one in the back and one in the front.
Yep, but again, you know, when you watch here when they clear out, now she's...
Another nice pass. Couldn't do anything with it.
That was a smart dish.
Oh, just waiting for it as Patrella buries the goal. That's 2 back-to-back for Brooke Patrella, and Warwick's offense seems to be asserting themselves at this point. Under a minute to go in this second quarter. Halftime's approaching.
They need goals, but hold for the last shot here. They certainly don't need Warwick to notch another one.
Looks like a push there on the Warwick defense. Clock's still running. Under 30 to go here. That's Ween behind net. She finds Warner. Smart move. Shot. Goal.
I have no idea how Ryleigh Warner pulled that ball down, got the shot off on her weak side, I think, all while both of her hands seem to be above her head.
Well, let's see it again here. See if we can get a different look at it. Up high, and was getting a little bit of contact there too. It's kind of one of those shooting fouls in basketball, an and one, if you will.
That was quite a level she took that shot from. Nice control from Ryleigh Warner. I mean,
interesting first half between Ephrata and Warwick. Lead has been traded back and forth, but the Warriors take a 5-3 lead.
He did, and I was not sure if he was going to call that a charge. It looked like Ween kind of hesitated herself, but if there was enough of a space there and she broke through it, it's a clear path to cage.
All right, so Ween will restart. Look to head in one-on-one with the keeper. And another save from Merrick. Those are some big saves to keep this a 2-goal margin for the Warriors. Ball bouncing around inside.
That was almost a roll.
Krall comes away with it. Very patient.
Warwick has done a great job inside their 8.
And they just get another goal there. A nice connection. Looks like it's Patrella again. She scored the last 3 goals for the Warriors.
That dish from Krall was really well timed, but Krall does a nice job. They're doing a great job inside their offensive end of maintaining possession by winning these 50-50 balls, even if there's a turnover.
There you go. Just a
Krall
one-timer and puts it home.
And again, the timing's got to be exactly right. If Krall hesitates for a second, there's probably not either, the defender's going to be a little tighter on her, it's a 50-50 reception, or the angle to cage is off. She might just have to move through the 8 instead of getting a shot on cage. And it's not power, it's placement, right? And it's a little finesse. It doesn't need to be 97 miles per hour. You've just got to get it behind her.
So another opportunity for Ephrata to shrink this lead. Shot there, skips wide by Warwick. They stay in possession, though. Nice job on the back side there by Doherty. Inside, another cutter, low, and it's in. That was McCloskey that time sneaking through for her second goal of the game, and Warwick extends their lead as they go back to that tried and true play.
I'm not sure who had the assist. We'll take a look here. Doherty with the assist. McCloskey on the goal. One time, make sure she's got it in her cradle. That's the most important thing in those scenarios. So often, you see it happening before you, right? You've got the open lane to cage. You can get the shot off. But occasionally you get a little ahead of yourself. Make sure the ball's in your cradle, get the clean shot off. And that's what McCloskey did.
Yeah, she is definitely a hawk on that ball right now, trying to pay attention to where it's coming from.
Card releasing here for Warwick, so they're back to full strength.
Loose ball. Oh, and a Warwick player hits the turf. Patrella. Referee is all over it. I'm not sure who they called it on, but Patrella will get the restart here. You see her angle on keeper. Shoot, and sneaks it by the shoulder of Ephrata's keeper. Another goal for Brooke Patrella. That is 4 in the ball game. About 10 seconds. Not sure if Warwick realizes they got to hurry.
Well, they do.
Doherty. And the whistle blows before the goal goes. With about 3.5 seconds to go, and there will be a yellow coming out now.
They're calling the check to the head. I didn't quite see it, but things were happening pretty rapidly up there. So that card will continue into the fourth quarter.
Oh, okay. So that could hurt Ephrata heading into the fourth with 3.5 to go here. The restart will come. Looks like Doherty will start out high with it.
Looks like there was some above board contact there. Not necessarily a check to the head, but that contact was kind of right at the shoulder neck area. And again, they're going to call that every time.
Goes low. It looked like through the legs, and a goal for Warwick as they add on. Jillian Doherty with 1.5 seconds on the clock, able to put another one home.
Kudos to the clock operator. Quick fingers over there. That play took, I thought, maybe 2 seconds. As it turns out, maybe less than 1. Nice job by Doherty. Really well-placed ball. Again, another tough angle for that keeper to stop.
That'll end the third quarter. A big run from the Warriors, who now lead it 10-3 over Ephrata. Will step aside one final quarter to go.
Which inadvertently is year-round these days. There's never any shortage of opportunity to play, no matter the time of year. And again, the more the stick is in the hand.
That was Ryleigh Warner, who, as you were kind of describing that whole thing, has the feel of somebody who plays year-round.
Yeah, for sure.
She was tripped up there heading to goal. She's got all 3 Ephrata goals today.
Just a really confident ball carrier. And again, only a sophomore.
Yeah, with 41 goals in her back pocket from last year, by the way.
She's going to have quite a year this year.
Takes a different angle there and gets it to go. Wow. So the first angle was shut down, cuts across the defense, puts it home. Goal number 4 for Ephrata. Again, I think this is kind of what you're talking about. This is a tough angle to restart from.
Yeah, there's not, I mean, when you get that floating hash, there's not a lot you can do.
I feel like Calico would run somebody in the backside and pass it to them for kind of a misdirection shot here in these instances.
And you kind of saw, so again, with the self-start, you can also kind of move about, whereas...
Well, wow. So that's what I was telling you. When you restart and you accelerate past the defenders,
yeah,
that's exactly what Warner just did there. She actually closed that angle and created her own all by herself to score her 5th goal of the game.
Well, again, you got to have speed to do it, right? She's quick, and so she's cutting off the defense. She's opening up the lane to cage, and again, she's making the goalkeeper make a decision, right? You can see the moment that Merritt steps, she's coming towards her.
It's ahead. I think Ephrata has it. Yeah. Well, they benefited. Ween snuck in there and scooped that up.
Ween will get an 8-meter, I think.
And look at the angle they're going to give her here, too.
Oh, and she's got that stick back.
Oh, yeah, that you scouted that out earlier. We'll see if she takes one step and lets it rip. She does. And it goes in! Goal by Ween. The momentum has switched to Ephrata.
You know, when you get a little half cradle there behind it, it's floating, hanging, they're feeling themselves, and Ween certainly
She
lets
barely
one
even
go
took
here.
a step, yeah. Just a little bit of a hitch and
And
fire.
that's a really well-placed ball.
Well, ooh, yeah, she's feeling it. She is on fire here in the fourth. Shoots in wide. Oh, just missed. And fortunately for Ephrata, Ween was standing on the back line.
Yeah, you knew she was ripping that. Ooh, Ween, quick restart.
In the middle, bump, and score. Yoder. Mounts are on a roll. Here's that comeback. You can feel the energy has switched. Little pop in there.
Wow, that's an incredibly athletic play by Yoder, because from this vantage point, it looked like Warwick picked that ball off inside the 8. I thought they were going to move it out and up, but Yoder gets control of it, and that was her draw control that kind of put that into motion.
Fourth quarter, Ephrata has scored the last 4 goals, a 4-0 run after being down 10-3. Whistle is blown. Ephrata will restart. Yoder going on net, shoots, it sneaks home. The Ephrata sure thinks so. The referee agrees.
Yoder is on fire right now. I mean, she has put 2 draw controls right in Ryleigh Warner's stick. That one, Warner isn't able to get control of. Yoder does, drives. I mean, again, there's barely any angle on that shot to cage. She shoots all the way back across her body. A low bounce shot, too, which is so hard for Merrick to anticipate that pop. No. Ephrata out on ball carrier.
I think that was Keeney slashing through, tripped up. So she immediately makes herself a factor.
No, she was trying to find that seam. A lot of jerseys in a tight space. It's tough not to have a foul occur in that moment.
This is a big moment for the freshman keeper for Ephrata. Almost saved it, just bounces over her head and goes in. I thought she had it, but Keeney scores to give Warwick a little sigh of relief.
I like what Montgomery does here. I mean, she comes out, she tries to play the deflection, and she just had it. I mean, that ball bounced up her visor, off of her helmet, and into. Another great look here from Cage Cam. I mean, she's so close to making that stop, but Keeney puts it home.
For Ephrata, playing field hockey with it right now. And Warner has it. Ephrata ball. Here she comes. Watch out. Those long strides where she eats up some grass here. Warner shot. Saved Merrick.
That's a big save for Merrick.
Ephrata still has it. Looks like Ween in front of Cage. And Saran, all she had to do was tap it home. A little tap, and that's a goal.
Mound's team is feeling it for sure. They know they've got to eat at this lead. Ween, great dish inside. Saran one time, wide open right in front of the cage.
I mean, nobody on her. Just get it on frame, and
Again,
that's going home.
Kudos to her, though. I mean, that's a young player. Make sure the ball's in your cradle. Make sure you can get the shot off. Don't waste that opportunity.
He's going to win this wild game.
Well, and again, I mean, Warwick's just looking to possess here. Now, Ephrata is putting pressure on that ball carrier, so it may force Warwick to make a decision or find the open cutter.
They left the cutter alone. She makes him pay. That is Hannah Burkholder. Ran through the zone, found that it was open, and just kind of hung there and got the pass. Down to 10 seconds here. Warwick is going to walk out of here with their first win of the season for Coach Carson Armstrong in her first season back at her alma mater. It's going to feel good to get one against a rival in Ephrata. There's your whistle. 12-9. It was exciting in the fourth quarter for sure, Shanna.